I'm going to show you how to make my viral ube butter mochi. The full recipe is on my blog, mochimami.com. I highly recommend you check it out because I give you lots of notes on what brands I recommend for buying coconut milk and your ube. But the recipe itself is very simple. I'm just mixing here my dry ingredients, the mochiko, the sugar, the baking powder, and salt. I give that a good whisk. Now I'm going to add the coconut milk, and yes, the kind of coconut milk you add does make a difference. I noticed that the Trader Joe's coconut milk doesn't have guangar and it can end up a little bit too runny. Next, I'm adding in my eggs. This is my preferred brand of ube halaya. It is an ube jam, and I noticed that the first ingredient listed is purple yam, and there's actually no coconut milk or coconut in the ingredients for this one. So you're really getting a good amount of the yam itself. A lot of other brands are really high in fats, and so you're actually not getting that much of the ube flavor. I'm also adding in my melted butter because this is butter mochi. I like to add some extra ube extract for extra flavor, and it has a little bit of food dye, but you can leave that out if you want. Alright, now you need to give this a real good whisk and make sure that there's no dry lumps or lumps of any ingredient in there. Make sure it's all smooth. Oh, I should have mentioned that while you're mixing the ingredients, you should preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you're going to pour your batter into an 8x8 or 9x9 inch baking pan. And I really think you should use a metal baking tin and not a glass or ceramic. Otherwise, it's not going to bake as well and your bake time will differ. Okay, so this should bake up in about 30 to 40 minutes. Check by sticking a toothpick in there and making sure it comes out clean. And after you let it cool down to room temperature, you can slice it into squares. Leftovers, keep in an airtight container at room temp. Enjoy!